Will you join me?
You're watching Myers Paranormal.
Hey everybody,
Hey y'all.
Stephen, Autumn, and Hope with Myers Paranormal. Today we come out here to explore a really old cemetery established in 1855. So y'all come along as we walk around and I'm going to tell you the story. This is Clayton Cemetery, Etowah County. In 1853, Joseph Clayton bought farmland where this cemetery is now. Around 1871, a wagon train was headed west when a young child became ill and died. Mr. Clayton allowed the child to be buried on the top of the hill. The Clayton Family Cemetery was established from this day and evolved into the community cemetery it is today. This is the top of the hill. This is the Clayton family right here. So there's a child buried here somewhere in 1871. First person buried here. I got a feeling it's right in here. No, that's 1940s. It's probably one of these fieldstone burials, but oh, could be this too. This is the size of a built by S.A. Jackson. I don't know what it's the size of a child. Who knows which one of these graves it would be. But yeah, all this right here was farmland at one time, and he bought it just for the cemetery. And it looked like there was a headstone right placed in that, but it's been taken. So I don't know where that child would have been, but somewhere up here, there's a child buried, died on a wagon train in 1871. So neat little place. Here's a stacked stone grave. Needs some mowing, but you know, hey, it happens. I couldn't imagine being on a wagon train and losing your kid and having to keep moving west. This one at one time looked like it had a picture, 1885. Peaceful tree broke off. It's a pretty good one. It goes here, all the way over here, down there, even at the bottom of the hill. So down in the bottom's like the newer stuff. So I don't really. Yeah, this is where all the recent burials are mostly at. Oh, okay. Looks like it goes down maybe around or out or something. It's hard to try to figure out how to get in here. So we went in up at the church back here. Yeah, it does. It comes back. So yeah, this is a really old cemetery. Found it on the map, and the reason why I came here is there is a Clayton man that in the 1880s he was a drunk, and his wife told him, you know, if you drink yourself to death, I'm going to get a headstone in the shape of a whiskey bottle to make everybody remember how much of a drunk you was. And sure enough, he died and she did it, but I don't think it's in this cemetery. He was a Clayton, but I don't believe it's here. I believe it's in a different part of Alabama. So I want to go right here to these couple of like Civil War graves and then go find a spot in the shade because it's really hot. I think this is a Civil War grave, but who knows? No, it's not. That one right there is a U.S. Army grave. Clifford Campbell. This was from World War One. But this probably won't be a real long video because it is so miserably hot. But we are just gonna kind of walk through and kind of show you the neat place this is because I just never seen anything like this. I don't even think Mount Hermon's this big. If we hadn't took y'all there, this is a type of Woodman of the World burial here.
That was cute. That one that has to be 10 days. Well, the one that starts where we need to take them to.
Yeah, we got one that it's almost as big as the one at Huntsville. It's about half the size, but it's still big. Walk it in parts, yeah. After this, we're going to be heading to Hines Road in search of the cave where the witch supposedly buried, well, murdered a bunch of children, and in the lake or pond where she disposed of their bodies. This one was iron. Usually has a plaque in it, but it's not there. Abernathy's. You can tell these are old. Here you don't even have any. Hadn't been taken care of much. Big old place. Half stone. That's just a half of one. Wonder where the other half is. Banister. St. John. Speaking of saints, I want to go to one time here sometime shortly. Go to where they have that saint buried in that kind of like a cave, but it's made into a church. There's even one right over here. Military grave right up against this fence. Woo, good way to break an ankle right there. What is this one from? Confederate States Army. James something. Grain. G.R. Grizzle. James Grizzle, Confederate States Army. This was just an explorer. It's super hot. And don't want to stay out too long. We got Hope with us. She don't do so good in the heat. And stop and show this World War II veteran. A few of the veterans and Jack Honey, U.S. Army. This is an old one. It's just like off out in the mountainside here. So Walden here. John Walden. Can't see the date, but there's a child right there. Yeah, you gotta be careful right in here, y'all. It'd be kind of neat to find that child that was the first one born or placed here, but there's probably no way of finding that. 1824 burial. I believe you'd have to about push mow this cemetery. The way the hillside is and stuff. I believe. See how old this one is. Died in 1932. He was a private. Wiggins is the last name. Yeah, guys, this one right here is on the hillside. Oh, Johnson. That's cool. Yeah, this one is. I don't see how they ever farm this. They'd have to do terrace farming. Stargle.
Is that sinking in or?
No, it looks like they took some sheet tin and tried to do something with it. Counterman. Crossing. All buried in the hillside. I bet whoever sold this land was glad to sell it. You could barely even. It's barely able to farm this if you even was. Hmm? I know. Figure we'll go right in here where this little fenced off area is and walk back toward the car. Wade's. We'll walk right here. This is the Benson. But this right here just shows how steep this dang thing is. This is about 20 feet from where Autumn is to right over here. And that's about a 8-foot drop within 20 feet. This is another one of those iron headstones. And then this one's a concrete one from 1936. There's a heart. Macaw. Little iron fence here. This one is the Berries. John David Berry and D.M. Berry. Go ahead and close that back. Yeah, look at that, how steep. And this was farmland is what I'm like. Say what? They farm this? How? And I figure it wasn't farmed very easily, is why they sold it. Manderson. Boy, that thing's got a lot of writing on it. This is a replica of James Hamilton Cornet's original headstone. When installed in October 2019, it was rotated to face his grave. This headstone is a gift from descendant of great-grandchildren. His grave must have broke and then they just had it redone. That's what they're doing nowadays. Some of them that you can't read so good, you can carry them to these places and they'll make an exact copy of it out of a more weatherable stone. It won't disappear as fast. So golden, because silence is golden, though I still hear. That's a song. Silence is golden. All right, folks. This has been I think that little one right there, facing an opposite direction, is probably the grave of that child, the first one, because the Claytons that founded this cemetery is right here. I don't remember the guy's name either, but it's one of these Claytons right here. So Dr. Hurst. But anyway, guys, thank y'all for hanging in and exploring this place. I know it's huge, and we didn't show many, like I said, individual graves, but we did show a few.
Y'all saw me face plant a few times.
So,
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.
You're watching Myers Paranormal.